What if everything you believe about yourself is just an illusion, not metaphorically, not philosophically, but literally, an illusion you've been rehearsing since the day you were born? You were given a name, taught what was good and bad, told who you were, where you belonged, what success looked like. Over time, you began to repeat those stories, in your mind, in your relationships, in the mirror, until eventually, you forgot they were stories at all. You thought they were you, but pause. Ask yourself, who is the I behind the name? If you had been born in another country, to different parents, with a different language and culture, would you still be you? This is where the illusion begins to crack. Everything you call yourself, your habits, your likes, your wounds, your memories, are just layers, temporary formations, a shifting mask worn by something deeper, something wordless, something that can't be labeled. Imagine standing before a mirror. You see your face, your body, the signs of age or youth. Behind you, a name echoes in your mind, a timeline, achievements, regrets. But if you look closely, not at the mirror, but at the awareness, seeing the mirror, you'll find something that hasn't aged, hasn't changed, something silent, steady, untouched by time. You are not the character you've been playing. You are the awareness that watches it all unfold. Think of the ocean. Each wave rises with its own shape, size, direction. No two are the same, but beneath the surface, every wave is water, every form temporary, every identity borrowed. The wave is not separate from the sea. It is the sea, momentarily appearing in form. In the same way, you, the personality, are just a wave. Your job title, your trauma, your victories, your failures, all waves, rising, falling, disappearing. But you are the ocean. Have you ever noticed how thoughts appear without your permission? How emotions come and go like weather? And yet, something in you remains, watching, unaffected. That watcher, that still point behind the motion, is who you truly are. And here's the shock, that you has no name, no gender, no history, no future. It was never born, and it cannot die. What happens when you stop identifying with the wave? You stop fearing the crash. You begin to live, not as a character trying to win the story, but as presence itself, free, vast, unknowable. Let go, just for a breath, of your name, your labels, your expectations. Let the stories fall away. Feel what's left. That silence is not emptiness. It's the truth of who you are. So before we dive deeper, hold this question close. If I am not the voice in my head, not the mask I wear, not the story I tell, then who or what am I? Take a breath. And feel that question echo in the space where words fall silent. What if death isn't the end? Not because there's an afterlife, not because you have a soul floating off to some paradise, but because you were never truly born in the first place. Pause. Let that land. We spend our whole lives fearing death, avoiding it, distracting ourselves from it, making peace with it. But what if the you that dies isn't the real you? Right now you identify with a body, you see it age, you feel it ache, you track its milestones, first steps, first love, first heartbreak. You think this is me, but is it? Think about a dream. In that dream, you are someone, maybe yourself, maybe not. You feel things. You move through time, but then you wake up and it all disappears. The dream self is gone, but you are not. You remained. That's the secret hiding in plain sight. You are not the dream. You are the awareness in which the dream appears. The same is true here. This life, this identity, this timeline is like a dream playing out in awareness. You think you are the character, but you are the screen, the stillness behind the movement, the silence beneath the sound. And here's the key, that awareness does not age. It does not change. It doesn't begin when you're born or end when you die. It simply is. Every thought you've ever had has come and gone. Every emotion, every sensation, every experience, all passed like clouds in the sky. But the sky remained. You are that sky. You are not the voice in your head. You are the listening, not the breath, but the space the breath moves through. And death? Death touches the wave, but never the ocean. That's why the sages of every tradition speak of a self beyond form, unborn, undying, untouched, not as poetry, but as reality. The fear of death only exists when you believe you are the thing that ends. But what if you are not a thing at all? What if you are not in time, but time is in you? Let that sink in. Time is how the mind tracks change, a before and after. But awareness doesn't move. It doesn't compare. It doesn't record. It just notices. In this noticing, you find freedom. You don't need to become someone. You don't need to earn eternity. You are eternity, hiding behind a temporary name and a fragile form. So what would happen? If you stopped believing in the story of your own mortality, you might begin to live, truly live, for the first time. Not from fear, not for achievement, but from presence. Because when you no longer fear death, you no longer fear life. And what remains is peace, stillness, freedom. So ask yourself, honestly, if I was never truly born, what am I really afraid of? The death of a dream is not a tragedy. It's an awakening. Let yourself awaken. You were never just this body. You were the awareness watching it all along. What if time is just another illusion? We live by the clock. We measure our lives in years, days, seconds. We celebrate birthdays. We mourn endings. We believe in a past we remember and a future we plan. But what if the very idea of time is just a story the mind tells? Look closely. Right now, there is only now. The past is a memory, a thought appearing now. The future is an idea, a projection happening now. Even the thought, I am in time, is occurring in this singular eternal now. Time feels real only because we've been trained to think in sequences, to organize experience into a narrative. But underneath the storyline, life is not moving, it's unfolding. All at once, like a vast sky that never changes while clouds drift across. And you are not in time. Time is in you. Let that twist your mind a little, because it must. It must break something open. You are the stillness, in which seconds tick, the presence in which change appears, the witness untouched by movement, birth, growth, decay, death. These are patterns in the fabric of form, not the essence of you. You've never aged. Only your reflection has. You've never changed. Only the mask has. You were not born when the body appeared, and you will not die when the body fades. You've mistaken the rhythm of existence for its meaning. But existence has no rhythm. It just is. Always. This is freedom. You don't need to rush. You don't need to chase. There is nowhere to get. No clock to beat. No finish line to cross. Just now. And now. And now. Everything else. The calendar. The milestones. The regrets. Their echoes. They're waves in the mind, but the real you is the ocean beneath it all. You've heard the phrase eternal life as a promise, something to hope for after death. But eternity isn't a future reward. It's your nature, right here, right now, and the realization of this truth is not some mystical achievement. It's a remembering, a return to what's always been. You are not separate from life. You are not watching life. You are life, conscious of itself. The dream of time ends the moment you stop clinging to identity, and when that ends, what begins? Peace, stillness, presence. This isn't about escaping the world. It's about seeing it clearly, living it fully, without fear, without rush, without pretending. When you know you are not the character in time, but the timeless screen behind the film, every moment becomes sacred. This is not philosophy. It's the breath you're taking right now. It's the space around these words. It's the silence between your thoughts. You don't need to seek the truth. You are the truth. You don't need to become eternal. You already are. So let go. Let go of the clock. Let go of the chase. And just be. You were never born. You will never die. You are the timeless awareness in which everything comes and goes, and in this knowing, you are finally home.